if you had to pick all the different things you do, I mean, is there one that's your favorite? Is it the writing the books? Is it the real estate? Or you just like doing it all?
I hate the real estate. It's just too, I was told there'd be no math. But I like, at this point in my life, it's writing.
Yeah.
What I write screenplays as well. I've got a movie that I wrote called My Enemy's Enemy that I'm going to be directing. I like the freedom of writing because I'm not limited by this, by how old I am, what I look like, anything. As long as it's convincing on the page and an actor can read those words and perform it, or as long as somebody can read those words and visualize this fictional character that you've created, it doesn't matter how old I am or what color I am or what I look like. So that's what I love. If I can write a convincing 15-year-old African-American lesbian, and on the page, and someone reads it and they go and they're immersed in the story, and they're not going, "Hey, some white guy wrote this." No, as long and I, that's the art. That's the art of good writing. But I love the fact that I have that freedom to be anybody when I'm writing. When I'm in front of the camera, I'm on stage or whatever, I'm limited. This is what I've been given, and this is the voice I was giving, and this is what I can work with. But on the page, I could be anything.
That's cool. I can really relate to that. It's like I have this phrase I came up with. It's like, I'll never be as great as I want to be, but I'm willing to spend my entire life trying to be as great as I can be. It's like kind of like a running back. You know how they don't always get touchdowns, but they're always trying, play by play, game by game, season by season. Sometimes they get a touchdown, sometimes 5 yards, 2 yards, -2, fumble, break their leg, and they're out for the season. But they love what they do to keep. You seem like that guy, man. You just, which I can relate to, is like, you're a running back. You're always trying to get in the end zone. If it's not the writing, it's going to be this. If it's not that, it's going to be this. If it's not that, it's like you're going to get the most value out of life. You are till you die.
Yeah, it's really who I am. And when you look at, you look at the people look at how many years it took Twisted to make it. And they said, I would have packed it in. I would have given up. But it just was not in my makeup. Even, getting my hot wife to go out with me. She wanted nothing to do with me. I was this big, weird, freaky guy. And I just would not. She's working on memoirs. I'll tell you right now, in her book of her life, I am an asterisk. I'm like, oh yeah, and she was with the guy in Twisted Sister. I'm the least interesting thing in her book, and I'm working on it with her. But in her book, it's sort of documenting. This guy just would not leave me alone. He just kept showing up at my school, at my house. He was just there. He just would not stop. And I finally just sort of accepted that he was going to be around. That was 47 years ago, but I'm still here.
That's so badass. I mean, hey, do you ever have that feeling okay, so if you have that feeling you're never satisfied, like, you have a good night, but next, you know what I mean? Like, some people, they'd be happy to get one touchdown. Not me. I'm like, give me the ball. I need to do it again. I mean, like when Jack and Diane went to #1, I celebrated for 2 seconds. I went, nah, that's not good enough. That's one song. I need to do another one, but I don't write the song. So I got to wait for John to write the song so I can come up with a great drum beat. You know what I mean? It's like one isn't enough. I'm never going to ever be satisfied and go like, that's it.
You know what? This is the reality, and people need to know this. People who achieve greatness, they rarely think they're great. They're always trying to be better, and they're always challenging themselves, questioning themselves, and pushing themselves to do better. People, my critique of my own performing is rare that I come off a stage and go, damn, I kicked ass. Damn, that was great. That is such 1% of the time. The rest of the time, people are blowing smoke on my butt, and I'm just, and I'm like, and myself, I'm going, damn, I could have done that better. It should have been better. I missed that mark there. I'm just my biggest critic. And my wife's always telling me, she always said, D, your B is everybody else's A+. says your C is a solid B. Says, I know, but I'm not saying, oh, I'm doing better than they are. I am setting my own standard and my own bar to myself. And I'm that hypercritical. And anybody who's great, and guitar players, people, they don't think the people I met who are great, they think they can be better. They're always trying to be better.
I think that comes from a place of being honest, and we set the level so high. And we're not robots, we're humans. And humans, it's not just becoming great, it's the process, the journey, and what you learn to get there. And you're always going to be, you're never going to learn everything. There's always more to learn. And so if you can accept, like that's why I say, I'll never be as great as I want to be, but I'm willing to try for my whole life. I think that's kind of like the human condition. You realize, hey, man, just do your best.